low vision and blindness technology, tips, tricks, and information presented in a way that makes sense. And now, here are your hosts, Corey and Luke.
Aloha, and welcome to a new episode of TEC Talk Live.
Good morning. Very, very official.
Yeah, that really was.
Did you say aloha?
I said aloha.
Now, aloha hello or aloha goodbye?
Oh, either way. Depends whether you're just coming in or whether you're leaving, I guess. I don't know.
That's true.
If you already changed your mind and decided to leave,
like
then...
you just wanted to listen to the intro music and then
Exactly.
and you're like, I'm out of here. I'm done.
Yeah, I could see that happening. My name is Luke Scriven. I am an assistive technology specialist here at Vision Forward, and I am joined by...
I'm Corey Ballard. I, too, am an assistive technology specialist here at Vision Forward.
Actually, your official title is Director of Technology.
That is true.
Yes, so
that is true.
You've got to let people know how important you are.
That is very true.
Yeah.
I'm so important. I'm double booked right now.
Ooh.
Actually, that's not really true, but I always thought that must be important if you're double booked.
Oh yeah, at least. The more booked you are, the more
That's
important.
true. I'm a 4-book kind of guy.
I'm a 4-booker. Call me a 4-booker. Well, that was a very random way to start TEC Talk. Hello, everybody. I'm glad you are able to join us again today on our TEC Talk Live. And today, you probably already know, but we're going to be talking about Seeing AI, the app for iPhone and iPad, which has been around for a while. I'm guessing that a lot of you are probably already familiar with it, at least have an idea of what it does if you haven't tried it yourselves. And today we're going to be taking a look through the different features of Seeing AI, and including the new LIDAR feature, which is, I think that only works on the iPhone 12, is that right?
12 Pro series, so the 12 Pro
okay.
and the 12 Pro Max.
Excellent, yeah, and we've been having a lot of success with that, haven't we, probably? It works flawlessly, so I'm sure you're all gonna have a treat watching that. And then also, we will be having a little extra surprise as well. Should I tell people what
No,
well, okay.
keep them on their toes.
Let me just put it like this. It's going to involve the magnifier feature of the iPhone and VoiceOver. And it's something that we actually discovered by accident while we were preparing for the show. So looking forward to showing people that as well. As always, feel free to join us by putting your comments into the chat. And also, as we did last episode, we will also be opening the microphones at the end.
But
Yeah.
I believe we have fixed our technology issues,
Yes.
so we shouldn't hear 4 of Greg
Yes.
talking. I'm hoping Greg is connected, and I'm hoping he will join us when we open up the mics. He can maybe test it for us again.
Yeah,
I think we're good.
Yeah, I certainly hope that at least somebody will come onto the microphones, at least so we can check out our new setup. So we'll open those up at the end, and then at that point you'll be free to interject with whatever comments that you might have. With that being said, we should probably do our joke of the show.
Yeah,
Joke of the show. Yeah, this is our new segment that we have going.
We got a lot of email about this segment. It's really our most popular.
How terrible it is. Yeah. So that's why it
is our most popularly terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Now you haven't heard the joke that I'm going to tell
I
today.
haven't.
Okay,
this one's new for me today.
Yeah, and I literally only just learned it myself. So let's see whether I can get it right here.
All right.
Okay, let me just need to collect my thoughts a second here.
A lot of pressure.
Yep.
Knock, knock. Oh, sorry.
That's always a classic. Okay, here we oh no, I've forgotten the joke. I had it in my mind a second ago. I'll tell you what, let's do this.
Okay.
You do your piece.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and remember this joke.
Okay.
And then we'll do it afterwards.
All right.
All right, it's a good deal.
That's a lot of pressure.
I know, geez Louise.
All right, so as usual, our TEC Talk Lives are eligible for ACVREP continuing education credits. You go to vision-forward.org/TEC Talk Live. There, underneath the ACVREP resources heading, you'll be able to click the evaluation. You'll fill that out, including your entrance and exit codes. And then you will pay your $10 and you'll get your continuing education credits. So obviously we need an entrance code, and today's entrance code is Bill.
Okay, let me get that up on the screen here.
Bill.
There we go.
And
excellent.
In just a moment, we'll switch back and we can maybe put in the chat vision-forward.org/TEC Talk Live. We'll also put Bill in the chat as well too. So that is ACVREP. Also, we have now for the last couple Tech Talk Lives been providing a resource handout specific to the topic we are discussing, which makes sense. It would be weird to provide a handout to a different topic than what we're talking about.
That would be strange.
But you can go to vision-forward.org/Tech Talk Live, and you'll see a Tech Talk Live resources heading, and that'll take you, a link will take you to the list of all of the resources so far, and they are in chronological order, so the oldest is at top, and so the last one in the list you'll see is today's Seeing AI handout, and basically just kind of covers a little bit of what we're talking about today so that you can enjoy and be entertained and not have to take notes.
Which is always a good thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Anything else?
No. Do you need more time, or did you think?
Unfortunately, I'm unable to.
Well, do you want me? I have one. I've got the.
Okay, let's do this. This is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
You're going to tell us a joke, but also we're going to invite our participants to put a joke in the chat.
That works.
And our favorite one, assuming that there's any at all or more than one, then we will also read that one out as well.
So, all right, that's I like it.
Excellent.
A butterfly was driving.
Okay.
Got pulled over for speeding.
Yeah.
Police said, hand over your license.
Yeah.
Handed over his license.
Yes.
And it was a picture of a caterpillar, and he said, "Sorry, it's an old picture."
Was that one that your son invented?
No, these are the science one when you and I were chatting via Teams. I was looking up science ones for your wife. So I guess that's a science space.
That's close enough.
No, not a son one. I don't know if I can tell. My son's 10. I gotta think about how many are clean enough for.
Yeah, I was gonna say he tends to go on the risque side.
Yeah, he is. Well, he's avant-garde.
Oh, I like it. Yeah. All right. Well, should we get started?
Yeah, let's roll. Let's get into Seeing AI. That's why everyone's here.
Yes, indeed. So, Seeing AI, a free app from Microsoft, and it's been around for what, 3 years?
No, it's probably maybe almost 5 at this point, if not more.
Okay,
probably. Yeah, it's been a while.
A free app for the iPad and the iPhone. If you have an iPad or iPhone, then you don't have it, I definitely recommend checking it out. And it does a number of different things. Let's see how many of those I can remember, because there are a lot of them. So we have optical character recognition.
That would be the document channel, yeah.
Yep. We also have the quick text file. Is that what it's called? Yeah,
short
text.
Yeah.
That one will also read to us. It's another form of OCR, essentially. We have product identification.
Check.
We have money identification.
Shiggity check.
We have people identification.
Check.
We have scene identification, the things that are around you.
Yeah.
We have the new world mode, which will also identify things around you, but also allow you to place beacons and tell you how far away things are and that type of thing.
Yeah.
We have color identification, of course. We have handwriting identification.
Yeah, one more.
I feel like I'm going to stumble.
You got like the 99%.
Did I do money?
You did.
Okay, go on then. Oh yeah, and a light detector.
There you go.
Yeah, excellent. So it's a very multifaceted app, and most of those things actually work really well, which is nice. Now we're going to be doing this on an iPhone 12. Which one do we have
Pro.
here? 12 Pro. Okay. Yep. We're going to be doing this on an iPhone 12 Pro, but this app does work on a number of different iPhones. I'm not actually sure what operating system you can go down to with Seeing AI at the moment. I didn't say on the App Store that I saw.
Yeah, probably. I'm thinking 9, maybe even 8, probably.
Yeah. So
any phone you have, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably going to work. Now the world feature though, that one does rely on LIDAR. Yeah. Quick quiz here, Corey. What does LIDAR stand for?
LIDAR stands for Light Intelligent Don't Anger Radishes.
You heard it here first.
I think that's right.
It sounds about right.
Light, intelligent, don't anger
radishes.
Raccoons. No, it's raccoons. Oh, okay. Dang it.
Yeah, good try.
Yeah. Anyways, what does it stand for?
I have no idea. I was hoping you might know.
No, I don't know.
But anyway, so the world does require the LIDAR feature because the LIDAR, however it works via its black magic, allows the phone to judge distances, I guess, is the basic idea.
3D space.
3D space, 3D space.
Yeah.
So do be aware that feature is a little bit more specific in terms of the phone that you use. Is there anything else we need to say about the app?
We're going to be doing the demo with voiceover on,
Yes,
but
we
the
are.
app does not require voiceover. It does. You'll see there's a couple places where it will provide some of its own voice as well too. But just for any individual who's connected to today's Tech Talk Live who may be blind, we want to make sure that you're able to follow along, and so we're going to have voiceover going as well.
Yes, we will. We do also have a video on this as well. Let's just mention that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So on our YouTube channel, which we'll also mention at the end, and I'll put it in the chat here, but youtube.com/infocus technology. Let me just quickly put this here, youtube.com/infocus technology. Okay, and let's send that to everybody. So if you go to our YouTube channel, we have a number of videos, and one of those is a comparison of OCR apps. And so that video is not just seeing AI, but there's a number of different OCR apps which we demonstrate in that video. So if you forget anything that we look at today, or just fancy checking that out, then please go to our YouTube channel, and you should find that video there.
Yeah.
We have something here. I think it's Andrel. I hope I'm saying this individual's name correctly. Says, did you know the first French fries weren't actually cooked in France? They were cooked in Greece. Hey!
That's a good joke. It's a good one.
That was a good one. When I was reading it for a second, I thought it was just a factual statement.
I did too. I was like, I'm not sure what that has to do with Tech Talk Live, but and then I was like, oh,
Yeah,
phew,
no,
okay,
one
there
of
it
those
was.
that just hits you.
was a good
Excellent.
one.
That was a very good job there.
Winner, chicken dinner so far.
Okay, so that's enough preamble. Let's take a
do
look at the app here. We're going to switch scenes, and hopefully you'll be able to see the iPhone. And at the moment, the iPhone is just a black screen because we have it on the table. Let me go ahead and pick it up here. And let's switch back and see how well this works. Okay, I'm going to put in my headphone so I can hear the phone. And so here we are in Seeing AI. Let's. There we go. Okay, so we just heard it start speaking to us straight away. Just to describe the layout of this app, the first things that we will encounter are some menus and an about. Like a help kind of area. And then after that, we will get down to the channel selector. And it's the channel selector in which we find all the different features of this app. So all of the different things it's able to do. Once we're in that channel selector, we're able to move between those things by flicking up and down. And it will obviously tell us what those different channels are as we move to them. Now, when you first open the app, the default channel is going to be the short text channel, or the short text feature. And that feature will read aloud anything that the camera sees instantaneously.
Yeah, it must be seeing your keyboard.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Yeah, so if you
Yep.
hear it talking at the moment, it's seeing some keys on the keyboard.
But it's a good example of
certainly. Yeah, it's instantaneous, and it's very accurate as well. It's really quite impressive. Now, I think that this particular feature is designed more for those kind of short reading tasks, those quick things that you need to be able to read. For example, labels, on food packaging or whatever it might be. Does that sound about right to you, Corey?
Yeah, I use it, for me personally, I use it a lot to identify food product really quick.
Yeah.
I'll use it if my screen reader stops talking, I can read some text on the computer screen.
That's a great call.
If I'm out and about, maybe I'm at an office and there's a sign, I can point it and just kind of read the sign.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are really those quick spot reading is where it does best.
Yeah, so all that's awesome. So I've got a printed document on the table in front of me. I'm just going to go ahead and hold the camera up and we'll see what it sees here.
Color fill. Use color filters.
There we go.
Click on the switch to turn the filters or switch. You will find different color filter. Grayscale and grayscale.
Okay, and let me just stop that there by moving the camera away from that text.
Filter.
And so instantaneously, it started to read what was on the document there. And I can actually, theoretically, I could use this to read an entire 8.5 by 11, theoretically, but you would have to be able to position the document within the canvas field of view without any guidance. And so obviously, if you're visually impaired, that can be kind of tricky. So this type of thing is definitely more useful for those small reading tasks where it's going to be easier to align your camera with the thing that you're trying to read. The voice is really nice and intelligible. I think it sounds good and it's easy to understand. Remind me, Corey, are we able to change voices within the
Well, actually, what it's doing right now is just using your voiceover.
Yes,
voice.
of course. Yes,
so
yes,
as long as voiceover is going, it's going to use that voice by default. Which then obviously you can change that to whatever you want.
Yes.
If you don't have voiceover running, Then I do believe that there's a couple different options you can choose from: English, Irish, U.S. English, UK English, Irish English.
All the good ones.
Yeah,
all the good
Englishes
stuff.
that
All
you
the
want.
Englishes.
And it does support, Seeing AI does support many, many, many countries. So there is other languages that are supported as well.
Excellent. Okay, so that's pretty much all we need to say about the short text, I think. I'll tell you what, let's do this quickly. Let's take a look at a product that we have in front of us here and see how well it does with reading the text on the front of the product. Now, the reason that I say this is because the text on this product is quite cursive. So it's a little bit more like handwriting than like print. So it'll be interesting to see how well it performs. So I'll go ahead and grab my product here, and I'm going to point the camera at it.
Whipped butter, whipped TM, Hipple buttercream,
Oop, whipped
Bad.
buttercream.
whipped
Yeah.
frosting.
Okay.
Oh, frosting, there you go.
Now, one of the really cool things about that to me was that word whipped is really quite stylized.
Sure.
It does actually, it's done in a style of more of a handwriting type of style. So it was really impressive that it managed to pick that up and read it. Yeah, and I think that speaks to the quality of the OCR engine in this app, which tends to be very good. Okay, let's just quickly look at some questions here because I see some have popped up from Jennifer Johnston. If I add the AI app to the iPad, will it do the same thing? Yes, it will, Jennifer. You can definitely go ahead and do that. From Maya Herzog, if not using VoiceOver, is there a way to pause the voice when using the short text, or do you just have to pull the camera away from the text? I think you just have to pull it away.
Yeah, it's just going to automatically read whatever it sees, so you got to pull text out of that camera view.
Yes, so there's no way to pause it other than that. Nancy says she just tried the app reading a recipe. It does well, and she has an iPhone. That's excellent. And Tara Aziz asks, where can you find the list of languages that Seeing AI supports? I would say on the website.
Yeah, if you go to the App Store link for it, you can find it. Otherwise, Microsoft's page too.
Yes.
One quick thing about short text: check your screen once. There was a pause recognition button. Is it still there?
I don't see it on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and that maybe is in a different feature. I was just thinking of when the question about pausing the speech.
Yeah, no,
without,
totally, yeah. If there is a way to do that we're not aware of, then please feel free to put that into the chat.
I typically just move my camera away.
Yeah, because it stops pretty quickly.
The problem, though, I suppose, with that is that you lose your positioning then.
That's
so if it was step by step, although if you were doing a step by step type thing, our next channel would make more sense for that.
Yes. So let's look at that next channel, which is another way of reading, and this is going to be the document,
Channel,
full document.
GTC, document.
And there we go. We heard it say
No edges
document.
visible.
So with the document reading, it's obviously going to be similar to the short text, but it's designed to capture an entire 8.5 by 11 and then have that all read aloud to us. Now, like I said, theoretically, we could do that with the short text. However, there's a couple of things that we'd need to do. Number one, we'd need to hold the camera so it can see the entire 8.5 by 11 at all times. And the second part is we'd have to keep it steady there until it finished reading the 8.5 by 11.
And you would not be able to go back at all.
No,
once it reads it, it's done.
Yeah. So if you want to read a longer document, then the document mode is going to be a lot more practical for that. So that's what we're in at the moment. Now, with the document mode, the clever thing about it is that it will recognize how many corners of the page the app is able to see. And when it can see all 4 corners, then it will know that it's seeing the entire page, at which point it will automatically take a picture and start to read the document to us, or we can ask it to start to read. So I'm going to hold my 8.5 by 11 again. I'm going to hold up the phone, and we should hear it tell us about the edges. There we go. No edges visible. Let's pull it back a little bit. Still no edges visible. Let's keep on pulling it back.
No edges visible.
Let's keep on pulling it back and see what we get.
Bottom and left edges not visible.
Okay, so it says the bottom and the left is not
Top
visible.
And right edges not visible.
Okay, still looking.
Hold steady.
Aha, there we go. Excellent.
Processing.
Okay. And it automatically takes the picture once it says hold steady, so you didn't have to hit anything and move your...
Yes, now you can force it to take a picture.
Yes.
Yes, and I believe, do you double tap on the screen in order to do that, or do you have to find that picture
I think
button?
you've got to find that take picture button.
Okay, so there is a picture button that you can find and you can use to force it to take a picture. So if you're struggling to get all 4 corners, and that definitely can happen, if you're struggling to get all 4 corners, you can force it to take a picture. But otherwise, I mean, right then we managed to capture the entire page. And now we have the text displayed on the screen. We don't have to point the phone, the camera at the document anymore. It's got the text here in its memory. And from here, then we can navigate that text and have it read aloud to us. So if we're using VoiceOver, we can just swipe through and listen to the text, and it will move us through line by line. So let me go ahead and swipe now.
Scan result. Heading. Color filters. Use color filters. Click on the switch to turn the filters on or off. Underneath this.
Or if you did your 2-finger swipe
Yeah,
down.
so if we want to read the whole thing, we could do our 2-finger swipe down gesture, and that's going to go ahead and read the entire thing to us without us having to move, you know, line by line through by swiping from left to right. The nice thing about swiping is we can go, you know, line by line, and we can go forward and we can go backward, and, you know, it allows us a bit more control over how we navigate.
recipes and
Yeah, exactly.
such, you know.
Yeah, excellent for that. So that's one thing that we can do. However, we can also choose a different voice to read this to us rather than VoiceOver. And at the bottom left, if we feel in the bottom left corner of our phone screen, we're going to find the play button.
Play.
Right
Button.
there. We'll double tap to activate it.
Pause.
Font family, Arial, font size, 12 points. Color filters, use color filters. Click on the switch to turn the filters on or off.
Play.
And I double tap to stop that. So we can also use a different voice if we want to. Or if we're not using VoiceOver, of course, then we can press on the play button and have that read aloud to us.
I found it very interesting that when you hit the play, it also gave us font attributes. So
yeah,
it told
it
us
did,
the font family, the font size as well too. So you're getting more than just the text, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what other options we have here. We have the play button. Let's hear what else we have.
Stop.
Got the
Button.
stop button. Okay, makes sense.
Increase font size.
Aha, so we have an increased font size, so we could make the text on the screen larger,
Increase fonts. Increase fonts. Increase
which I've
font
just
size.
done. So if we want to read along, and it does highlight as it reads, so if we want to read along, then we can make the text larger if we need to.
Decrease font
We
size.
can decrease the font
Button.
size. And finally, we have the option to share this text.
Share. Button.
And if we look at the options
Share
here,
image.
we can
Button.
share this as an image,
Share
or we could
text.
share just the
Button.
text that was extracted from the image.
Cancel.
Or we could cancel,
Button.
which is what we're going to do right now. But those options are pretty nice. If we share, then we can share via like an email or a text message or via AirDrop. So all of those normal sharing routes are available with Seeing AI. So we could, for example, extract a recipe using Seeing AI and then send it to a friend in an email or something like that. Yeah. And that's a really nice bit of functionality. Anything else we need to say about the document
No,
mode there?
I think that's yeah. That's
Okay.
everything.
There's a little something I want to say, and I know there's a bunch of stuff in the chat here. We'll get to that in just a second. But as a blind individual, Corey,
Yes,
how
I
easy?
am.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Just checking. How easy is it for you to get a decent picture?
Oh, always fine.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever triggered a picture manually. It's
Okay.
always gotten it. The only time I think we've had issue is when we were doing some of our videos, and it's
Yes.
actually the same table.
Yeah.
This is a white or light gray table,
Yeah.
and then putting the white paper on it, there's really no contrast between the edges. It actually did great today.
Yes.
But in the past, sometimes contrast can cause a bit of an issue. But all in all, with Seeing AI, I always get great results with it for reading a document.
Yeah, which is good. So, and in terms of your technique, do you tend to put your elbows on the table, then lift the phone
I
up?
actually tend to stand up.
Okay.
Because I find that helps me. So the way I usually train people, and the way I do it personally, is I set the paper down. I set my phone with the screen facing up towards the ceiling, which means the camera's facing the paper, and I put it right in the center of the paper.
Okay.
I stand up, and then I lift straight up. And the reason I usually have people stand up is if you're sitting, sometimes when you lift straight up, you end up coming back towards you a little bit. Where if you're standing above it a little bit more, you can come straight up. And we're usually talking like 16 to 18 inches up from the paper.
Awesome.
So-
Okay, that's some great tips. And we're going to talk about an accessory later on, which can also help with getting a
Yeah,
good,
for sure.
a good quality picture. Also, I can see standing up as well. If you're working with somebody who maybe has some limitations in terms of their arm movement, it might be difficult for them to lift the phone high enough to see all four corners of the page. But if they stand up, then hopefully that would help. So
Yep.
Okay, quickly let's take a look in the chat here and just see what we have. So Spencer says, with VoiceOver, moving the camera away doesn't stop the reading. You can press the short text button to get it to stop. I actually did find it did stop the reading for me when I was looking at it there, Spencer, so I'm not sure, but I guess if it doesn't stop reading, then you can press the short text button to get it to stop.
And honestly, you can navigate you can touch
anywhere. Yeah,
it could just get VoiceOver to interrupt itself and speak any of the other controls.
Yeah.
Most likely you touch the channel down there, the short text button. But yep, that's a good tip.
Okay, cool. Krista Gale asks if the Seeing AI app is free. Yes, it is, Krista. Glad to report that.
In my opinion, I would say it's probably one of the best free apps around.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, I misread what Spencer had said. He actually meant without VoiceOver, not with. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that tip there, Spencer. And our friend Dave is here. And Dave says, can you take a picture and have it saved to the cloud? That's a good question.
Well, what you can do in that share sheet, so that's when you're in document view, when you tap that share, you're going to get your traditional Apple share sheet. So if you're utilizing Dropbox or if you're utilizing Google Drive, you could then share it off to the cloud. If you could save it to the Files app, there may be an iCloud option.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly sure. I rarely, typically if I want it, I'll email it to myself or I'll save it to OneDrive, which is what we typically use. I use personally and here at work. So.
Okay, cool. Well, that's everything there for the moment. So let's go ahead and find the back button. It's going to be in the top left here. And we shall go back to our channel selector. We shall. Let's see what else we have in here.
Hold steady.
Ooh, no, don't let's take a picture. Oh, no.
So your placement was so good, it took me to go in.
Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so here we are now in our channel selector again. Let's see what we have next. Okay, next we have product. Okay, so let me paint you a picture here. We go to the supermarket.
Bob Ross.
And what?
You know who Bob Ross is?
I have no idea.
You told him? No. Bob Ross was the dude on public TV. Okay. I think it was public TV, and he would have it was like an hour or half hour show, and he'd paint a picture, but he was super calm.
Oh, I know Bob Ross. Yeah.
I'm going to put in some grass. But when he said paint, anyways, continue.
Okay, allow me to do a Bob Ross here and paint you a picture.
Please.
We go to the supermarket. Yep. We've got an excellent new recipe that we're hoping to create for the in-laws. It's got to be good, but
we're making a cake that needs
we're making a cake that needs whipped buttercream frosting.
Yes, okay.
And we need to find the correct products for that.
Sure.
So we can use Seeing AI to identify those products for us by their barcodes, and it seems to have a good variety of products in its memory here. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab our product. Now what should happen is it should beep to let us know that it's searching. And does that beep get higher pitched?
So what happens is you won't hear any beeps until it starts to see the barcode.
Yeah. Right. Yes,
and then the faster it beeps, the more of the barcode it sees. And when it sees enough, then it'll automatically take the picture.
Now, I don't know if it's because this phone has got a good camera or a good processor
I think it's the camera so good on the 12 Pro that it just instantly...
Yeah, so we found that we're not really getting the beeping, we're getting just instant recognition. So here we have our famous Betty Crocker whipped buttercream, which went out of date in 2017.
That's not as bad as I thought.
It's not too bad, might still be edible. And this is obviously a round object, so what we're going to do, we're going to rotate it in front of our phone here, and when our phone finds the barcode, it should instantly then identify this product for us.
And it is using the back camera.
Using the back camera of the phone, yeah. It should identify the product for us, providing that the product is in its database. If it's not, it will tell us that it can't identify the item. So let's go ahead and start to rotate this Betty Crocker whipped frosting here. Here we go, rotate. Oh, and there it found it.
Got it.
Not recognized.
Yeah, we got this. So it's funny it did this. So sometimes you will get false results.
And
Let's try again.
I think the reason it's not recognized is because looking at the picture that we got, it didn't actually see the entire barcode. It got so excited that it kind of cut it off.
So it is definitely worth doing it more than once,
just in case.
So we're going to try it one more time.
Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Betty Crocker whipped buttercream frosting.
I got it this time. Ooh, 12 ounces.
12 ounces, my favorite number of ounces. Okay, so we got a great result. We got what we wanted, but we might want some more information. Is there anything else that Seeing AI is able to tell us about this product? Let's go ahead and swipe, and we're going to see what our options are here.
Share.
Okay, we could go ahead and share this information, but we want the next one.
More info.
More info.
Button.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open this up.
Play. Back. Button.
And again, now we're in a place where we could have this read aloud to us by the Seeing AI text-to-speech voice, or we could swipe and use VoiceOver, and we can also increase the size of this and share it. Let's see what this text says. What's it got to tell us?
More info. Betty Crocker whipped buttercream frosting. 12 ounces. Heading. Directions 1 tub frosts. 1 13x 9-inch cake or 1 8 or 9.
All right.
I find it interesting. There's directions for frosting, like open lid, spread on cake.
You should take
Right, I should
writing
write these.
instructions for
I
a living.
really
Yeah,
should.
yeah, that's very to the point. So there we go. We got some instructions there. So if you imagine, you pick up a packet and of whatever, and there's some preparation involved in it. Hopefully, the Seeing AI app is going to be able to tell you what preparation is involved and give you a better idea of whether it's going to work for you. Pretty good. I'm quite impressed with that.
Yeah, it does a pretty good job.
Yeah,
and
it really
again,
does.
this one. So, quick side note up to this point. The short text feature does not require an internet connection, but the document feature channel and the product that we've done, these last two, they do require an active internet connection, either Wi-Fi or your LTE data connection.
All right, excellent tip. Okay, let's see what else we got. We're going to have to move on a little bit faster here. Let's go back to our channel selector. Okay.
Channel.
Next one. Person. We can go ahead and identify people with this. Now, if Seeing AI does not know the person, it should just tell us that there is a person. Let's see if this works here.
I'm going to take my mask off.
Go ahead and take your
Side
mask
note,
off.
just so everybody knows, we did receive our second vaccinations.
We did.
So taking my mask off. I have my headphones still on, but that's okay. Now, point it at me once.
Yes, let's point it at you.
One face.
Now, there should be is there a take a picture button still?
There is.
Take a picture of me once.
Take picture.
Let's see what it says.
Processing. 40-year-old man with brown hair looking happy.
Ooh, I'm 42, but I'll take 40. So if they're not in your, you can always take a picture of people too and get a little.
And really, I mean, that did a pretty darn good job. Now, I have to say, there is a bit of a risk involved here.
Oh, I've had it where I've had it where it said a woman was a man.
I had exactly the same thing. And unfortunately, that woman was my boss at the time. So, yes. So that was fun. But okay, let's go back here. Now, so we can obviously identify people, we can identify that there is a person, we can identify some features about that person, but we can also add people to Seeing AI's list of recognized people, give them a name, and then it should be able to tell us when it sees them, the name of the person that it's seeing. So let's see if we can do that.
Quick take picture. Face recognition.
Okay, we're going to go into here.
Recognize new person. Close. Done. Button.
Okay, so we're going to take 3 pictures now of the person that we want the Seeing AI app to recognize. Let's see how we get on here.
Take picture.
We're going to take picture 1.
Take picture. Dim.
Take picture 2.
Take picture.
Take picture 3.
Take picture.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Now we're in a text field. We need to name the person that we've just taken those 3 pictures of. What should we? What's your name? We'll call him. We'll call him Dave. Why not?
Cap D. A. V. E.
Okay, hit the done button. Oh, we've got 2 E's, so now we're going to be Davey. Yeah, yes.
Okay,
We're
good.
done here.
Done.
Okay, now I have a list of the people who can be recognized by my phone. Let's see who can be recognized now.
Recognizable. Add. Button. These people can be recognized. Davi.
Davi.
Oh, I'm David. I like it.
Okay, so theoretically now we've saved Corey, aka David,
Yes.
into our phone here.
Yeah.
And now, when the phone sees him, it should be able to tell us his name. Let's see if it works. So we'll go back.
Back. Button. Back.
Now we're going to point the phone
Menu,
camera toward him.
button. One face to be near center.
Aha!
David.
David!
That's it.
Good to see you, sir. Now, I'm not sure how many faces we can save in there, but I would assume it's essentially unlimited, which is
Yeah,
really
I don't
nice.
know that. I don't know if there's a limit. I mean, there probably is. But,
Yeah, it probably is, but it's probably so high you would never reach it. So it seems to work pretty good. I will say the accuracy of all of these things is going to be somewhat reliant on the quality of the camera for your iPhone. So the later iPhones are probably going to give you the best results for all of this stuff. But yeah, everything that we've tried so far really does seem to work.
And it
pretty well.
does a great job. I've done it with staff members, take a picture of them in their office, and then they were in a whole different room in the building, different day, different clothes, and it worked great.
Excellent. Yep. Okay, I have one more to show you before I'm going to pass the phone over to Corey. We do
right.
have something else in the chat here. Somebody whose name isn't showing up for some reason. So apologies, but they say, what do you think of the apps with OCR available for Androids, i.e. Envision AI versus the Lookout app by Google? I'm not sure that we want to get into that right now, but that could be something that we do a tech
I think
talk
it's a
live on
future
in the
one.
future.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so watch this space for that.
We did do a video on Envision AI too. That's part of that app, OCR app that we talked about.
Yeah, if you go to our YouTube channel, you can see that. There's a couple more things here. An anonymous attendee says, what is the name of the app? It is Seeing, as in the word seeing, S-E-E-I-N-G, and then AI, the letters A-I. That's the name of the app. And Hope asks, do you have any suggestions for when the Seeing AI app incorrectly identifies an item? For example, she was working with a lady who said her Seeing AI identified a bottle of water as a pink strapless dress. And when she checked, the app also incorrectly identified the item as a pink strapless dress for Hope as well. Any suggestions? Who should we consult for tech support? Honestly, I don't think in terms of tech support there's going to be too much that can be done because you know, the app is as the app is, and it's a free app, and you know.
I'd be curious that, you know, to Hope, maybe you can email us at infocus@vision-forward.org. I'd be curious what channel, if it was the product channel or if it was the scene channel, or what channel gave that, because if it was the product, then that means the barcode is wrong in their system.
Yes.
If it's if it's the scene where it's identifying it, that's just a artificial intelligence error that we have to live with.
Yeah, so maybe Hope you could follow up with an answer to that question there. Okay, let's do the final channel. Do you call them channels?
They are channels.
Yeah,
At least they call them channels.
Yeah, why not? The final channel that I'm going to demonstrate, which is the money channel.
Person. Currency.
Currency, here we go. Pretty straightforward here. We're going to hold the camera up in front of a bill that we want to be identified. And if we look at it, it'll tell us the denomination. Here we go.
20 U.
There we go. 20 US dollars. Excellent.
Perfect.
Corey, that's yours. Let me give that back to you. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Let's see what other currencies we're able to identify with this.
Recognizing U.S. Select the
So these are the ones that we currently have here. We have
Brazilian real,
Brazilian real, British pounds,
Canadian dollars,
euros,
Indian
rupees,
Japanese yen, Turkish
lira,
selected U.S. dollars,
and US dollars.
Nice.
Excellent. Good selection. Now, I know for a fact that in terms of British pounds, the notes are actually different sizes anyway.
Sure.
So you have got another little indicator there.
Sure.
But, you know, the US dollars are not. So this is a really great app for checking you've got the correct change and so on and so forth.
And it's only paper currency.
Yes, that's right.
Not coins.
But again, those are different sizes and different thicknesses and so on and so forth.
Exactly.
All right. So at this point, I'm going to hand over to Corey, and he's going to take us on from here. Let me pass you the phone over there.
Got it.
Sir.
And here we go. All right, so we're going to keep moving on.
Channel.
And let's do...
Scene.
The next one we have here is the scene, and we heard it say scene preview. So basically, scene has been around from basically the beginning of the Seeing AI app. I find it to be not really all that helpful. Basically, what we can do is take a picture of where we are, or the room we're in, and it'll do just kind of a general description. So I'm going to turn and point it into our technology space here.
Channel.
And I'm going
Scene.
to take a picture.
Processing. Close.
And let's
Probably a classroom with chairs and tables.
probably a classroom with chairs and tables. So,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't want to commit to anything. No. I guess it's
I
probably.
can understand that.
But I mean, in some cases that's sort of helpful, but I mean, really, there may be chairs and tables. We don't know where they are, that we don't know in what direction in relation to us. We probably are in this room already and hopefully would know what it is. But again, it is an example of the artificial intelligence of it taking a picture, scanning what it sees, and then sort of, you know, extrapolating where it thinks we are.
I do like to tell the story about how I took a picture of my old office, and it told me it was a bathroom.
Oh, really? That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go close here and close that up.
Close.
And let's check out our
Menu.
next channel
Button.
here.
Channel. Scene. World.
We're going to come
Preview.
past world in a moment. We're going to do that last, if it's going to let us.
Gray.
We've been having some. Okay, the next one we're going to look at here is color identification. Now, first and foremost, we want you to know that most color identification apps for smartphones just aren't very good. Cameras are wonderful, but the problem is that there's too much external light coming into the sensor of the camera, and it's very hard for it to know exactly what you're trying to identify and what the color is. One of the reasons, like the Colorino, Talking Colorino, which we've done a video on, it's probably one of the best videos we've done on our channel. We've done a video on the Talking Colorino. Reason it is so accurate and does a good job is that you are pressing that sensor against what you are wanting to identify, so you're blocking out all external light, which makes that reading more accurate. So I'm going to just take and point the back camera at my sleeve.
Gray.
So it says it's gray.
Black.
Oh, black.
Oh.
That might be because I was white.
Oh, it's all sorts of colors.
All kinds of different colors. Let me paint it at you, or point it at you.
Brown and greenish brown.
Brown and greenish brown. Brown.
Pink.
Pink. Oh, pink. As you can see, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't rely on it for color identification. It might work in a pinch if you're just trying to see if something is a light color or a dark color. But if you're looking to use it for matching clothes and things like that, I sure wouldn't rely 100% on it. All right, that's color. Let's move on.
Channel.
All right.
Handwriting.
So the next one here is a preview. Again, this is kind of means it's in beta. This is handwriting. Now, for most cases, OCR doesn't do optical character recognition, doesn't do handwriting. Seeing AI app will allow us to take a picture of handwriting, and it's going to do its very best to perform OCR on that handwriting and convert that into text. Now, obviously, the sloppier the handwriting is, the more stylized cursive, it's going to cause issues. But Luke just wrote us something here. So what I'm going to do is take my piece of paper and just point my camera at it. And I'm going to find the Take Picture button, and I'm going to tap that. Let's see what we get.
Fingers crossed.
Aisle 0 everyone. Hope you're.
So we got, what I'm guessing was,
2109. Aisle 0 everyone. Hope
I'm guessing it was hi everyone. Is that right?
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have known because of the two.
Aisle 0 everyone.
Aisle 0.
Yeah, that was saying it saw an L and then a 0, an I and a 0, which was really the L. So hello everyone, hope you're, and then you probably wrote something else.
So
and it just didn't
here's
catch
something interesting.
Yeah.
When you hold the piece of paper up, we have a window that's just in front of us, and so it's shining on the printed text,
Yeah.
which is on the front, and now it's trying to read that.
Oh, let me try it again then.
It's all pretty interesting.
Let me not hold it up this time.
Yeah.
Button.
Let's try this again. We'll just
Menu.
point it
Button.
standing up
Take
instead.
picture. Button.
Might want to be a little bit to your left.
Let's try that out. I'm not going all the way up. But...
A little bit to the left.
No, you're going to get that because that's what you got.
C5126.
That was actually on the top of the Betty Crocker.
Ah!
Keep on going and see what we got.
Patty.
Here we go. One more.
Hello everyone. Hope you're.
And again.
Having a wonderful day.
There you go. So that's not, I mean, for handwriting, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I've used it every so often to read like who cards are from and things like that. You're not going to get crazy accurate results. But as you can see, we got enough that we were able to determine what was said here.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'm guessing, and maybe we'll show it to the camera here, your
So you can
handwriting.
get that a little closer.
You know, I'm guessing
you
you probably have pretty clear handwriting. But
It's not bad, but it's not the best either. But it's also I print.
okay.
Yeah, and I think that definitely helps.
That makes a
so,
difference,
yeah.
yeah. But it is there, it's worth trying.
Menu.
Yeah, just quickly here,
Yeah.
Nancy says, what setting do you go into for color ID?
So it's right in the same thing. We're going to touch down towards the bottom of the screen, find that channel picker,
Channel. Handwriting. Preview.
and you're going to swipe up
Adjustable.
or down, depending on which direction you need to
Swipe
go,
up
and
or
you're going to
down with
find
one
color.
finger to
Now,
adjust
when
the
I did
color.
it, when I swiped, it didn't say color because it went right in and actually read a color.
Do you want to just go back
Yep,
and we'll just
so
see
I'll
what that
swipe
sounds
down
like?
now,
Color.
There we go.
and there you go, I saw color. And it said white right away, because it saw the table. So swipe back up to handwriting.
Handwriting.
There you go, and I think we have
Preview.
one more here. So we'll swipe up one more.
Light.
There we go.
Oh,
Now I'm going to go
Handwriting.
away from there for a
Preview.
second so I can explain what light is without that noise in our ear as we're trying to talk. So the last channel here is light detection, and the way that this works is that it plays a tune, a tone, and the lower the tone is, the less light it sees. The more light it sees, the higher pitched it gets. So when we switch to light, I have it pointing towards the table, so it's going to be a little lower tone because there's not much light, but as I turn the camera up towards the ceiling to our overhead lights, you're going to hear that change. So let's go back to light again, and again, we're going to be starting with it facing the table.
Light.
And now as I go up, no change. Oh, that's funny. Oh, we're having issues.
oh, hello.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. I think maybe it just sees light everywhere. I mean,
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
A little higher pitch.
Yeah, there we go.
But we really have light right over our head. That's weird. Yeah, but you can see as I'm moving around,
Channel. Channel.
let me get away from it so we can
Handwriting.
talk.
Preview.
As you move around, it will change the tone. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys right off the bat here as we go into our last channel. We've been having some issues with Seeing AI, specifically on this iPhone 12 Pro. I've used Seeing AI for many years and never had issues. So I don't know if it's specific to the 12 Pro or just specific to our phone. I've deleted it from this phone, reinstalled it, and it's just been giving us weird issues, specifically for the World channel that we're about to talk about. But I'm wondering if that's why we're maybe getting some light detection weirdness
It
too.
could be, yeah.
You might have, you hopefully will have better results than we will. All right, so let's go back down to World here, and before we do that, let's talk about what World is. So we sort of mentioned it at the top of the hour here that World is a new scene, and it's only going to be available to those people running an iPhone 12 Pro or a 12 Pro Max or any device that has LIDAR in it. And basically what it's going to do is it's going to allow us to move the camera around our space and have it identify products, identify items in front of us as we move around, table, chair,
In
window.
real time.
In real time, yeah. And we're gonna see that there's a couple other cool features as well too. So let's go now. We've been having some issues with it, so bear with us on this phone like I mentioned. So let's see if we can get it to work today.
All right, fingers
Color.
crossed.
So we'll come down to
World.
World.
Preview.
Okay. Now, I should be able to point my phone at around the room. Oh, we even said
Yeah.
table already. So let's go.
Table.
Anything else?
Chair.
Oh,
So chair.
Chair.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit if I
Okay.
can.
Chair.
anything else?
Chair.
Chair, more
Another
chairs.
chair. Another
Many
chair.
chairs.
Oh, there's a screen.
Anything else?
No, it doesn't see. Let's come back around and maybe point. We have a TV here, maybe.
Person.
Oh, it's all you or us on the screen.
Yeah, it's all us on the screen, I think.
Yeah,
Person.
I'm pointing at you.
Person.
There's another person.
Hello.
So as I move around, it is identifying. Let me see if it sees that on.
Table.
It sees the
Keyboard.
table.
Table.
Oh, saw the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I'm moving
Keyboard.
around, it is saying in real time things that it sees. So that's first and foremost what it can do. Obviously, there's a chair in front of it. It keeps saying chair, chair, chair. Besides that, there are two other features that the World channel has. Let's go take a look here.
Place beacon. Button. Spatial
First, there we
summary.
go.
Button.
Spatial Summary. Now, what's cool about Spatial Summary, we can't demo it here because you actually need headphones on. But what Spatial Summary will do is it will give you a summary of what the scene or what the room is around you, and it does it with using spatial audio. So for example, if a chair is in front of me, a table is to my left, and a person is to my right, when it reads those out, that's where you'll hear it. I'll hear chair, and it'll sound like the sound's coming in front of me. Table, I'll hear it off to my left-hand side. Person, I'll hear it off to my right-hand side.
Corey, do you need special headphones for that?
Nope, nope. Any headphones where you just need stereo headphones. Right. But because we're doing mono right now, you wouldn't be able to tell. But that's as long as you have stereo headphones.
So one headphone in each ear, and
yes,
you'll be good
to go. Yep. So that's Spatial Summary. The other feature that's interesting is the Add
Place beacon.
There you go, the Place Beacon. Now what Place Beacon does, if we tap here,
Place beacon. Heading.
and we're going to swipe right.
Done. Button.
There's a little
Detected objects.
a delay, which is tough.
Yeah.
All right, swipe right again.
Chair. 12 feet.
There we go.
Picker item. Adjustable. 1 of 5.
So now it tells us that it sees
Swipe up or down with
five
one finger to
different
adjust the value.
five different things it saw as we moved around. It saw a chair that was 12 feet away. I'll swipe up.
Chair. 12 feet.
There's another chair.
Chair. 14 feet.
There's another chair 14 feet away.
Screen. 14
There's
feet.
that screen it saw about 14.
Keyboard. 1 foot.
And there's keyboard about 1 foot away. We're going to use the keyboard as our, so what we can do now is through this list, we can now start or add a beacon. And as we move towards that beacon or that item, the phone is going to kind of play hot and cold with us. And so it'll play a tone and let us know that we're getting closer. And then it'll kind of ding and read out the name when we get close to it. So I'm going to try doing the,
Start. Button. Start.
we'll do
Button.
start. Now we wanted that keyboard.
Menu.
So I'm going to,
Button.
you can hear that noise.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get closer to the keyboard. I'm right there. So it thinks it, oh, you know,
It stops making the noise when you see it.
I think it thinks I'm farther away. The problem is that it was a foot away from us, which was not a great example. It doesn't, the bad example in the fact that we did something so close to us right on the table. But when you then reach it, it'll play a little sound and then repeat the name of it. So it sort of gives you directions to something. Now, let's think about where that would be the most helpful. When we looked at
Proximity sensor. Button.
when we looked at our world, or our room around us, we saw there was a couple chairs. Think about if you walked into a doctor's office or something, used Seeing AI, the World app, saw that there was a chair, placed a beacon on it, it could assist you to find the chair. Now the problem is we don't know if it's an empty chair or someone's sitting in it, but we could get there
We
to
might
that
have an
chair.
idea though, because it might say chair and person
It could.
12 feet away.
That's true.
And then you could kind of piece it together, you know?
That is very true.
Yeah.
So that is the world feature utilizing the LIDAR, which gives us not only that real-time identification of items in our area, but also provides us that distance, letting us know that it's 1 foot away, 12 feet away, 14 feet away. Where that also could be helpful, especially nowadays, is using it when you're standing in line for something, making sure you keep 6 feet distance away from the person in front of you.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So that's a new feature, only with the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now, I feel like it still has a little bit of a development needed,
for sure.
to make it really great. But
For sure.
they do say it's in beta at the moment.
Yep.
And so, you know, it's worth checking out, seeing if it can be beneficial to you in any way. And if it can, then great. And if it can't, well, you've lost absolutely nothing because it's free. So.
That is very true. That is
So why
very
not?
true.
Okay, let's segue into our final section here.
Yeah.
Sorry to jump in
No,
there,
no,
Corey,
no,
but,
you're perfect.
We are running out of time a little bit, but just quickly, we are going to take a look at a secret feature, possibly a secret to us anyway, that is available if you use the magnifier app on the iPhone with VoiceOver turned on. Corey, take it away.
So for those who are familiar, the magnifier app you can use as basically a video magnifier, a CCTV, but if you've got VoiceOver running, let's open up magnifier here. So we're going to hit the Siri button 3 times, and we're going to try magnifier. And now I could just do my normal magnification, but as long as I point it at something, let me try just pointing it here, and let's see. And now I touch in the center where the actual picture is displayed, the video.
Viewfinder, image, swivel chair,
Oh.
table,
Oh.
window, chair, table, window.
Look at that.
Yeah, so it's a table, a window, a chair. Maybe if I point it at our screen again, what we'll do here, and I touch again.
Viewfinder, image, computer monitor.
That's a computer monitor. Let's point it at you once.
I was going to say handsome guy.
Viewfinder, image, adult.
Oh, you're an adult. Clothing.
Eyeglasses.
Eyeglasses.
Textile.
Textile.
Clothing.
Oh, thank God you're wearing clothing.
Adult.
So now if you try this yourself, I'm going to just get out of here for a minute. If you try this yourself and you don't get it talking, the trick that we found is you got to make sure you touch in the center of the screen there where it said viewfinder. Because basically what VoiceOver is doing is it's running item or AI on the image that it sees. And so as you change that image, just keep touching that viewfinder, which is basically dead center of your screen, and you'll hear VoiceOver will update and speak what it's seeing.
And it actually, I mean, it gave us more detail than we were getting through seeing AI.
Yeah, I think
really
it
does
a really, really good job. It makes me excited to see where that could go.
Yeah, I wonder
in the
whether Apple
future.
themselves will add some beacon functionality and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So definitely, the technology is progressing.
You got it
all the time. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, and I mean, just as a quick recap here of all those features that we've looked at with Seeing AI, I know we've emphasized this already, but this is a free app that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And you can buy a device which can do these things, but if you're buying a specific device, you're going to be looking at an investment of a few $1,000s. And yes, they have their own advantages and disadvantages. But if you have an iPhone or an iPad and you want to, you need some of these capabilities, you've got them right there for free. Yeah. And I think that's really cool.
I do too.
Yeah. Now, quickly, just to finish up, Avi has asked us a question. How do you remove a beacon, and can you have more than one? Off the top of my head,
It's a single. You're just adding a single because you're navigating to a single
specific
place.
location.
Yeah.
And to remove a beacon,
You don't. As soon as you just go away from that screen,
I see.
then you're done. There is no saving that's happening.
excellent. So it's not like a full navigational
Yeah,
system
exactly,
per se. It's just
exactly.
it's just a bit of an aid.
Yeah.
Thank you, Avi. And just quick to wrap up here. Just
Do we
wanted to.
want to open it up for?
Oh yeah, well, just before we do that,
Yeah,
I just wanted
go
to
ahead.
mention quickly one particular stand that I like.
Oh,
called
yeah,
the Just
I forgot about
Stand
that.
V2. The Just Stand V2. This is a stand which you can, and this is in the notes, by the way, if you go and download those notes for this lesson. But this is a stand in which you can put your iPad or your iPhone. It's very adjustable. You can adjust it in all sorts of different ways, including one particular way where you could set it so that when you put your iPad or your iPhone in it, it will be at the correct height to capture an entire 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And so if you do have trouble getting a decent picture, getting all 4 corners of that page and having everything read to you, then using a good stand can really be helpful. And I do like this particular one. The Just Stand V2, like I say, it's very adjustable. And I have had a client who set it up with a keyboard and used it as kind of a computer with magnification and using VoiceOver and whatever. But that can also do OCR by opening the Seeing AI app, switching the position of the stand, and then having it read aloud a full 8.5 by 11. And you're not looking at too much of an investment for that entire setup. So I do think getting a decent stand can be an aid for OCR and just in general can be useful.
For sure, especially people with motor impairments as well too, who might have a hard time holding it up and steady. It just makes so easy to just set it up there, and you know the shot's always good.
Yep, and they have a great video as well that's got some really pumping music at the start of it.
Yes.
So, which I'm quite fond of. So, yeah, if you check out the flyer, then you'll see that. But it's the Just Stand. It's all one word: JUSTAND. Just Stand.
Nice.
With that being said,
One thing, if we're going to open it up for voice questions real quick,
Yes.
but you'll need to hop into Zoom, and under the participants, there's that options for all participants.
hold on a second.
Yeah,
I'm just answering some things, and people seem to be quite keen on the Just Stand.
Oh, okay.
Let me give the ending code as well for the people who need to leave. Sorry, just typing in the chat here. But the Just Stand also fits iPads, all sizes. It's adjustable for size, and you can also put your iPad in with the case still on and all of that type of good stuff. For those who need to leave, thank you very much for attending today. And the closing code is going to be, Corey?
Gates.
That's GATES, Gates.
And again, go to vision-forward.org/Tech Talk Live. Closing code Gates.
Yes, and thank you very much for attending today. For those people who need to leave, we hope to see you in 2 weeks' time. And for those people still with us, I think Jennifer liked our closing code there. So
Oh, nice.
that's good. For those people still with us, we will open up the microphone. So let me, Corey, give me the information.
Go
here.
to Zoom again, and then under participants, there's a little drop down for options for all participants.
Okay, let's
Make
just
sure
go to
that they have the ability to
participants.
unmute themselves, because I think we've turned that off.
Participants,
There's probably like a little arrow or a little.
need to remember how to do this. I've got maybe I need to make this full screen. One day we're going to have this down pat, and this will just be seamless.
You might be able to do it under the security button too.
Let me have a look. No, I can see individuals, allowing to talk individuals.
Yeah, there should be a button for all participants.
No, I don't see it. Hold on a second. All right, we may have to do this next time.
Otherwise, I can do it quick with JAWS on, but.
Do it.
All right.
All right. Let's get the pro involved here. Let me just answer some questions here in the
I'm
meantime.
assuming JAWS. Well, I'm going to have to minimize this.
Okay. Well, Louise asked to have the link to Tech Talk Live. So this video is being live streamed on YouTube, and in order to find this video on YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/infocustechnology. And I think it takes a little while to process the video after we've finished the presentation, so you might have to wait a few hours before it's available, possibly even till tomorrow. But these videos are always going to be available there. Okay. So just bear with us just a second here.
Where is it? Oh, I lost it.
That was me, sorry.
That's okay.
We should be back now.
Where is it? Oh, come on. That's just the weirdest thing. It's not. Let's try this. This is weird.
I think for today, let's knock it on the
let's
head
do
for
it. This is
today.
really
Apologies.
weird. It's not reading correctly. It's almost
So,
like it's not letting us.
so
forget. Yeah.
Yeah, forget that for today. But next
All that
time,
work we
2
did.
weeks' time,
Yeah.
guaranteed, we will have the microphones open and everything.
Well, don't
will
make
be
guarantees you don't have. Stick with us for our catchy little outro tune, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
A quick question here from Jacqueline. How much memory should we need on our iPhone to handle all of these apps? I mean, these...
Minimum is fine.
Yeah, the minimum is fine. These apps are not going to be... I mean, you've got to bear in mind you're not really saving anything to your phone with these.
Yeah.
And any of the modern phones have got processors more than capable of handling all of these different features. So if you're in the market for an iPhone and you want to use this app, pretty much buy any new iPhone and it's going to do the job nicely for you.
You got it.
All right. With that being said, thank you,
What are we doing in
everybody.
2 weeks? Do we know? Is that
Yeah, we do.
Peter?
No, he's 4 weeks' time.
Okay.
Well, people can see the schedule
Okay, let's
by
do that.
going to youtube.com. No, not there. vision-forward.org/Tech Talk Live.
There you go.
You can
Perfect.
see the schedule there. And yeah, I forget what we're doing in 2 weeks.
I can't remember either,
We
but go check-
scheduled it a while ago.
Yeah, check out the schedule.
But 2 weeks after that, we will have Peter Tusik on from Humanware, and he will be talking to us about some of their Braille devices and also the latest updates to the Victor Reader. That was requested by one of our participants. Yeah, the Victor, the Trek, sorry, the Victor Trek, yeah. So definitely tune in for that one and join us in 2 weeks for an unknown topic that
it'll be good.
That will be good, whatever it is, yeah. And with that being said, let's just show our YouTube channel here, youtube.com/InFocus Technology. See the recording of this event there, as well as all of our other videos.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we will bid you adieu. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We much appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time.
Stay safe.
Thanks for joining us for another Tech Talk Live. If you enjoyed Corey and Luke's antics, join us again in 2 weeks. To register, visit vision-forward.org/Tech Talk Live.